Today we're going to take a look at XRP, which exists on the Ripple blockchain. This is one of the most popular and biggest coins at the moment in the cryptocurrency world, and we're going to perform some technical analysis to make a price prediction. Let's get into it. How's it going, guys? Ryan here and welcome back to another crypto video, and today we are going to be performing some technical analysis on XRP, one of the most popular coins at the moment. But before we get into that, guys, please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you are an XRP holder. Appreciate it so much. It helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for more of this sort of content. We cover crypto, stocks, wealth management and investing in general. So if that tickles your fancy, make sure you jump on and subscribe to the channel. I'd also love to know your thoughts down in the comments section below on where you think XRP could be going in the future. So let's get straight into the computer, look at CoinSpot and see where this is charting. Welcome to CoinSpot. If you're interested in purchasing XRP or many other cryptocurrencies, check out the link in my description. It is effectively a referral link and you can sign up to CoinSpot through that. But enough of the basics. Let's have a look at XRP itself and try and make some predictions on where we could see this chart in front of us going in the near future. So obviously, as we've seen with all the other cryptos as well, it has been strongly affected by the decline of Bitcoin throughout this period of time, as well as a big dip that did occur there. And we're seeing this nasty drop on many coins, unfortunately, and that is when Bitcoin really fell and many other coins went with it. But if we look at Ripple over the long term, we can see it has had much bigger spikes and much bigger drops back in the past. And this was on the cusp of December in 2017 and January in 2018. And effectively we saw the price get as high as 4.7, which it has never gotten to ever before. And then it still hasn't to this day. But let's take a good look at the more recent history. And as you can see, there has been a significant amount of volume coming in on the buy side, but then also as well on the sell sides when we check deeper. So basically that means price action is, to be honest, relatively volatile, but also relatively even. The dips we are seeing do have large amounts of volume associated, but so does the buying capacity. Now, when we actually look at this chart itself, what we can do is start trying to work out what is our support points and what are our resistance points. So I'm going to start off with support. Now, as we can see, one of our key areas of support exists right about here. We have price action from here, moving it along to here, touches once again, touches here, and then just more recently has touched this point as well. So that is effectively probably a good level of support to start us off with. So let's plonk a line right down there and zoom in a bit further. So if we're looking towards our resistance points, where are we looking? Well, effectively we want to take this line and move it up to a point where we see the price has touched every single day right up here. And as you can see, this is a great point of resistance as we have lots of price action going on here, 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 and more recently just here, and it's just bounced off that point. And unfortunately, what we didn't see was this being broken and the price actually, instead of dipping back down, as you see it is there, we would have hoped for it to bounce off this support point and for it to go through. But unfortunately, that did not occur. So where are we likely to see the price go? Now, just purely looking at this chart, I'm thinking we have a couple of options. We obviously always have a best case scenario, and we also have a worst case scenario. So if we actually just add in another indicator, it'll help us to decipher this a bit easier. So let's chuck in the moving average here, and I personally tend to put in, a 20-day moving average. And as well as that, if we can also bring in as well another moving average, but this time it's going to be based on the 50-day. And unfortunately, what we saw up here was a crossover, a death cross. And that's when your short-term average crosses below our long-term average, and that is not a good sign at all. Basically, what we want to see now for a reversal confirmation is the opposite occur. So we want this short-term to go above the long-term. Now, how long is that going to take? Well, it's really coming down to probably the strength of the crypto market overall. But at this point, I think as a result, the most likely price that we're going to see is this point tested again, 0.85 or 85 cents. So keep that in the back of your mind. So in my opinion, what is happening now is we're going to see a decline from, well, obviously about here. We're going to keep going in this sort of a direction. Let me just grab another line. Oh, something special's appeared. There we go. That is what I think we are going to see within the next few days. Now, the key here is we need to see the bottom support line hold, which is this region here. Effectively, we want to see the price go through here, through this down channel, then it would hit the line as it comes out here, and hopefully the price would then bounce. And what we're looking for after that, this is probably our best case scenario, is we're going to test our resistance area over here, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we may actually break through it and move into an uptrend. But until we see something like that occur, then effectively I think we are in for a rough ride. Now, obviously, what we can do as well is look into the past, and we've clearly identified some clear areas for price action here, but let's look into the past. Do these line up with anything? Well, you can see probably a bit more recently, we have a lot of price action that did occur towards the end of last year, moving into this year. That is going to be our best indicator, and this really does solidify the point that this area here is a really important point of support for XRP. And if XRP goes through this support, then we are in deep trouble. So fingers crossed we don't. Now, let's say we do, because I always like to look at worst case scenarios. Then where are we headed? So let's take another line, and let's start moving down and see, probably that's a good point. We can see that there has been action here, action here, action here once again. There has been lots of price action and lots of occasions where this point has acted as resistance and support. So if this breaks here, unfortunately, if we start trending downwards, then hopefully this holds out. Ideally, we don't want this to occur. As I said before, we want it to hopefully, go down and bounce up and retest the resistance up here. But worst case scenario, it's going to break, and that will be our next area of support. Now, what is my prediction on what's going to occur? Well, I don't think we're going to have the worst case scenario. I don't think we're going to have the best case scenario. And I'll show you what the scenario is I think we're going to have. And this will be something really good, hopefully. If you are a trader watching this, it's going to provide plenty of opportunities to get in and get out. I think what's going to occur is we're going to consolidate within this channel for a period of time, and we're going to see this continue in this sort of a pattern. What that does do though is form a solid base for our next move when the crypto market eventually reverses, and then hopefully moves up above this point in that direction. that is what we're aiming for. But my prediction for the next few days, and to be honest, the next few weeks, if we move it out to over here, is we are going to see a horizontal trend occur. So keep these two price points in the back of your head, these support and resistance points, because if you're a trader, these could be great trading opportunities. Obviously, what you want to wait for is confirmation that each of these is bouncing off the support and resistance to work out when you should get in and when you should get out of XRP. Unlike other coins, XRP has a bit more going for it. It has larger institutions looking at it as a serious crypto. And that's what other coins such as the likes of SHIB do not have at this point in time. So that catalyst alone, if they signed a major deal, for instance, would indicate that we could see a bump in the price. But the key factor here for XRP's recovery is once again going to be the overall crypto market and likely the recovery of Bitcoin. But we'll just have to see what happens, and I'd love to know exactly what your thoughts are down in the comments section below. And if you did enjoy today's video and you're an XRP holder, make sure you hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it, guys, and subscribe for more of this sort of content. As I mentioned previously, we discuss crypto, stocks, investing, wealth management, all that sort of cool stuff. So if that interests you, hit the subscribe and the bell button so you get notified about all the new content as it comes out. And with that, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.